Hey honeybees, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 7 of Vlogmas. I'm excited that we've made it a weekend. Videos have been getting out every single day, guys. I don't care what time it came out, it definitely got there, and that's all that matters, okay y'all? We try, and I try. I've done it, okay? It's been a week. We are. It's the 7th day, period. It is exactly December 7th. December 7th, y'all. 1:01 p.m. It's not exciting. It's the middle of the afternoon and we're trying to get this video out as soon as possible. Usually y'all get a video at 12, but y'all already know it has not been working out that way actually, so it's okay. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 reads for 2024. I'm so excited and here we are to talk about all of them. I have so many books, y'all, and y'all have heard me talk about these books in the past wrap-ups, but I'm going to be just talking about it a little bit more in like terms of like what are my top 10, like these are books that I know I love this year, like, and then at the end of the year it'll be only top 5, so it's just going to be a little bit different. But today we're doing the top 10 because that'll make it easier to knock it down to 5 later. So yeah, anyway, we're going to talk about the 10 books that I love this year. I'm not going to go in any specific order, by the way, because to be honest, I can't. I don't know how, okay? I don't know how to rank these. I just can't. So I'm just gonna go, you know, I'm just gonna start. We got the tea here today. It's literally tea, y'all. I'm not joking. It's actually tea today. Y'all like my hair? Anyways, let me stop. Let's go ahead and get started with my top 10 books this year. Starting with The Souls of Lost Lake by J. Wright, y'all. This is book 8. I'm just gonna say that right now. I rated all of these books 5-star, by the way. So this was like one of those books I was just like, yes. I literally love this book, and y'all got a couple of vlogs with the book in it, and I really loved it. It was such a good book. Like, it was mystery, it was Christian, it was murder mysteries, it was like everything in a book, y'all. Like, it was crazy. There was love, there was loss, there was grief. I was just like, y'all got everything in this book. Like, guys, slow down. Anyways, it's really a good book though, low-key. I literally love it, and I cannot explain how much I love this book. I did rate it a 5-star, like I said. This book was really good. It 8. Moving on to Daisy Jones and the Six. Y'all already knew this was going to be on my top, right? Yeah, and it's probably going to be the top 5 too. But I love me a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I cannot get enough of this woman's writing. I just can't. I'm going to read every single book this woman has wrote ever. I really am. And I really want to get into Christian Hannah because a lot of people say their writing is similar, and I'm like, that's true, because I started reading Summer Island. Y'all remember that? I don't think y'all remember that. I don't think I posted a video about that one, but I did start reading it and I was like, this is so good. Stop reading it. How sad of me. Anyway, to Daisy Jones and the Six. I love this book. I also love the show, and such a great book. It just talks about everything. Both of the heaviest topics being alcohol and drug abuse, and it truly did open my eyes to like a lot of the things celebrities go through. This is real life. Like, celebrities really do be on drugs and doing a lot of stuff, and I'd be like, a little concerned. Yeah, I really do like this book, and it's really interesting. Taylor Jenkins Reid's characters are always so realistic to me. I don't know what it is about her books, but every single one of her characters will just feel so real to me. I'm like, wow, like if I could meet this person in real life, low-key, eat this up. Like, what? Because like, she does write her characters in so much depth. They always have a whole story. Like, we never get one character left out. Character has a little bit of something, and that's really important to me. I feel like it's really important to branch on all the characters, because why not just only focus on the main 2? Can't we get a little bit of everybody? And that's one thing about Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. You never just get one story, a little bit of everything about everybody, and I love that. I don't know why, I guess I'm a nosy person. I don't know. Her books always eat. And 5-star. Next on this list, we got the Spanish Love Deception. Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I don't know why I just randomly start doing stuff like this. Okay, y'all. We got the Spanish Love Deception. This one was a pretty good one. I enjoyed this one when I was reading it. I enjoyed the fact that like they were enemies, so basically like they didn't like each other but liked each other, I guess. I don't know. It's like enemies to lovers kind of story. It's also fake dating. I love a fake dating trope. I cannot get enough of fake dating tropes. I don't know what it is about fake dating that makes me so happy. Maybe I need to get a life, but really good. I love it. It was a super exciting kind of book, especially during the summer. It was just a quick little read, and I quite literally enjoyed it. Moving on to the next one, we got 6 Crimson Cranes. Now, this is by Elizabeth Lynn, by the way. This book was so good. I was like, wow. It was not expecting what I got, and I have to get the second book, y'all. Like, I need to read the second book. It ate, I gotta say. Like, it really did. It was about family, love, again, loss, grief, all those good things. I love books with like a bunch of different topics in them. Like, it's so good, and it just gives the book more thoughts and story, you know. It gives the characters more depth. I just like that so much. It's so great. And in this case, this was the story about, I forgot her name. Her name was ᴟɪ, and ᴟɪ was such a great character. I think it was really sad to see her story throughout like first like 100 pages. I was like, wow, it started really happening so fast. Like, no kidding, I think like 20 pages in, like everything started happening, and that's when stories started to like break through, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. And like the brothers turning into cranes, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Why would she do that? And I hated her for like the rest of the way, and I was like, oh my god. At the end, there was like this kind of plot twist, and like basically ᴟɪ is going to continue the story. But I do want to get the second book because there is some more lore to the story, I guess. I never knew this. Like, it was crazy. I was like, what? And to find out that like all the things weren't the way they were supposed to be in the beginning. Like, you would have thought this was something, and then like at the end it was like, nope, not what it is. I was like, what? Like, wait, hold on. So I was just like, oh my gosh, this is such a crazy story. So I cannot wait to get the next book because this was very interesting and very fun to read, very mystical, very magical. QQOTD, you already know what's coming. Next on this list, we got The Friend Zone by ybᴏᴏධ. I loved this book, y'all. Oh my god. This was an unexpected read actually this year. It's kind of like the Kindle, and I was like, oh. And that's what I did, and I read it. It was really good. It was actually pretty interesting. It was a great love story. I'm not gonna lie, I was like in tears at some points. I was like, oh my god, like, what is that? And I was like, no. It was just such a great story. Like, oh my god, y'all, the ending. Oh my god, I just like, I'm over here thinking about the book, and I'm just like, no, the ending. That hurts me. I don't know why she did that. That hurts me. Do you hear me? I literally was bursting in tears by that. I was like, no. It was so crazy. I was not expecting it. It was really crazy. I was like, wow, that is wild. That's like crazy to me. I couldn't understand. I was like, wow, you just did me dirty. I don't appreciate that. And it was just such a great story. Like, I loved all the characters. Everybody was great. Loved the best friends. I love the best friend tropes where like the best friends and the best friends each other's best friend. Like, I don't know what that is about like books like that are so fun to me. It's kind of cool. It's like the best friends of the guys will just like talk about each other, and then like the best friends of the girls will talk about each other, and then like get the story of both of them. Like, does that not entertain anybody else? Okay, maybe that's just me, but it was a good book. So I rated it a 5-star, and again, it was my first ybᴏᴏධ book, and it's the Part of Your World series, I think. I don't remember what series it's a part of, but I am going to read the rest of her books because they eat. So hopefully I'll get like the paper version of that one that I read, and then get the rest because I really do want to read the rest. I think the next one is Yours Truly, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm going to read the next book. Next we got On Earth You Are. Gorgeous. Y'all heard me talk about this book a couple of times, but I love this book, and I'm not gonna stop saying it. Like, I love this book. It was so good. It was so beautiful. It was interesting. It had some depth to it, and it truly was a beautiful story about life and how things can just turn away for immigrants, especially like how you have to move somewhere. Like, you can be financially stable and make a life for your children, and how like a child can like go through all of these things from their perspective, but they also struggle because they have to deal with the parents or grandparents and whatnot. It can be a hard situation. This was beautiful to talk about in this story, and it was great. And of course, I out to this one too, but it was beautiful and I really enjoyed it. And next up we got The Midnight Library. This one was so good. I actually loved this book. This is by Matt Haig. Oh my gosh, y'all. Ugh, it's so beautiful. I cannot even tell you how beautiful it was. It was great. I thought it was so like mystical and magical, and I love the thought of like a library, and I love like the story of a library that like kind of tells your life in different ways. That was really interesting to get to live different lives, and I thought that was really interesting for Nora's character. It was just like, wow, like she gets to be different things, and like, will she be able to choose which one she wants to live in, or will she, you know, do this, or will she do that? She meet the same people, you know? It's so crazy. Like, it's actually an amazing story and I loved it. And just like some of the people she got to meet during the story were great. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then to get to know like the lady, like, oh my god, that was so sad at the end. I was like, y'all stop, that's so crazy to me. And then there was like this big behind plot, and then there was like this big behind plot twist in the middle. Like guys, I was audio reading this one day, like I remember this exactly. I was audio reading it, right? So I was listening to it. I was cooking. So I was cooking and audio reading. I was like, and then the plot twist comes and I'm like, I literally had those dropped and I was just like, you're lying. And I was like, no, what is happening? And so that was really crazy. That's why this story was so great. It was just so many twists and turns, and I can't wait to read another ട𝚑. And I cannot wait to read another ട𝚑 book, but that was amazing. It was great. Next on this list, you already know we cannot go without another Taylor Jenkins Reid book on here. You know what I'm saying? We got Carrie Soto is back. Now this one was really good too. Like I said before, I talked about this book before a couple of times, but just Carrie's story and her triumphs and her hard times of just not having a mother in her life, but having only her father, and just going through tennis. But not only just tennis, because I feel like a lot of people thought that the book was only about tennis, and truly it is a lot of tennis. It's a lot, but I learned some stuff and it was exciting. And just about how like her romance life and stuff like that, it was really crazy. And I love Taylor Jenkins Reid because she interconnected it with Malibu Rising, which I actually read after I read Carrie Soto's back. So it was super interesting to see like the twist inside of it, because they were happening in like the same timeline. And so it was crazy because I was like, what? And I was like, no, like Carrie, no, because the character in Malibu Rising I really loved, and then Carrie was like, and I was like, y'all, this is crazy. Like, why are we doing this? And it just like made me rethink my life. I was like, no, let's not do that. And so it was really crazy, and I was just like, ooh, interesting. If you ask me, yeah. Okay, so next. Okay, this is one that y'all already know about. Like, y'all already know I was gonna put this on here, right? You should have known. The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, specifically volume 5, because that was the last book I read this year. It was the last book in the series, and I gotta say, the last book is not for children. So kids who are out here reading this book, parents, please beware, okay? That is crazy. Why are you letting your child read this? This is not for kids. The last book was a lot. I'm just gonna say that right now, and I'm not gonna lie. The last line, I still think about this line to this day. Like guys, I remember this line like it's the back of my hand. I'm not lying, because when I literally it literally had me blushing, bro. This is why I'm losing my brains, because like it had me blushing. It wasn't for me, but like the end was so good. I was just like, yes, yes. Can I get a book 6 please? Because it was so good. Like, oh my god, I ate, y'all. I was literally falling out of my chair 1 a.m. in the morning. I literally put in Goodreads what time I finished the book. Like, that's how serious it was for me, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. I finished it at what time in the morning? I'm literally about to read it to y'all. I literally finished this at 1:20 a.m. on February 22nd this year. That's how crazy it was. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I actually love this book. The 5th book literally blew me away. Like, I read the 4th one and it was so good, and I was ready to read the 5th one immediately after. And I was like, I have to go buy the book, and I did. I did it. And even though I had the copy at home, I did. So now I have 2 copies at home. So if you want a copy, just let me know in the comments. I'll send it your way, because I don't need it. Low key, I was like, oh my god. I was literally losing my brains, y'all. Like, I don't understand how good it was. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting about the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. This is the last year I'll hear me talk about this book, I swear, because y'all already know I love that story. It's such a good story. Ooh, Wei and Wanji, oh my god, they are my lifeline, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand, because I was reading this series for I've been with this series for 5 years alone. 5 years. Do you know how crazy that is? Because it's a show it was a show first for me, because it was a show before it was a book for me, even though it was a book before it was a show. So basically I watched the show, okay? Obsessed. I watched it another time, and another time, and also another time. And I will admit I'll probably watch but I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And y'all know I complain about shows that have too many episodes, but not this one. Because I love me some Wei and Wanji and all of the other characters and all of the kids. Like, oh my god, like, and the sister ʔʟɪᴜ, she is so amazing. Well, I'm going to call her ʔʟɪᴜ, even though that's big sister in Chinese, y'all. Yeah, I told y'all I learned Chinese, y'all. I'm not crazy, but I did learn Chinese. But it was such a great story. Oh my god, y'all, like, I can talk about this all day. So let's move on to the last book. All right, last book. Here we go. But He's My Grumpy Neighbor. Yeah. Do y'all know about this book? This is by Anna Conwell. Now, I read this book back in, I can't remember, let's see, in August, which was not that long ago, low-key. And I read it on Kindle, and it was so good. It was good. It was like a Grumpy X Sunshine kind of book, and I love me a Grumpy X Sunshine. Y'all already know that's my classic love story right there. I love it. I love me a good Grumpy X Sunshine. It cannot end for me. Like, I'm always gonna read one, and it's so good. I literally love the story so much though, because to know what oh my god, how can I not remember the character's name, y'all? Okay, so basically Adrian was like, oh my god, he was like this bulky, like kind of like golden retriever slash like, what else was he? Like, he's kind of like, I don't know, he gave off like black cat at the beginning, but then began to be a golden retriever by the end. So basically my mans was coming in like, oh my god, I don't need you, I don't need love, I don't want to be around you, like, ew, like, disgusting. And then like by the end he was like, oh my god, I love you, boo boo. But yeah, that's not what really happened, but that's just how that's how I'm putting in my words, okay, y'all? Like, it's exciting, okay? It was great. And so basically, yeah, like, he was great. And then his brothers, I can't wait to read the rest of the books because he has brothers, and basically it's their stories, and I'm just like, I love the brothers, and it's just so exciting. And then Jewel, oh my god, I loved her too. Like, she ate, like, I love that she had like a story behind like why she was the way she was. Like, you would have thought at first she was like just the uptight crazy person, but then you get to know her story and just figure out like what happened and what's going on. And then basically then there's Adrian. He's trying to be like this, you know, bodyguard kind of guy, and he was never really quite the a-hole to her. Like, I don't think he was ever a complete like douchebag like in other books where like he's just like completely an a-hole to her the whole time and then falls in love with her. He was like, you know, just standoffish about it, but he kind of was like better than the rest of them. So I kind of want to read the rest of the Carter brothers because I want to see where the rest of them go. I definitely want to read about the other two. Alright guys, so that was my top 10 books for 2024. I am so excited that the year is like coming to an end, and of course this might be subject to change because I do have more books to read this month, and you know, I don't know how many books I'll read this month, but I'm excited to see how many I will because I feel like I'm gonna read a lot more than my goal, and I'm excited and I'm so proud of myself because last year I was just like in the 20s, and then this year I'm like in 30s, I'm almost in the 40s. I'm like, I'm a G, and I cannot wait. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see where this will go, and you know, I'm loving reading and just getting into all of my books because I really want to read every single one of my books in my library before I like buy more. That was my 10 books, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what you do. The snowflake emoji if you made it all the way to the end of today's video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a day of Bookmas. And of course, if you missed any, there is a playlist linked down below just for you. So don't worry, you have all of it in order there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to be true and be you. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.